Hey, my name is Accents White. This video I'm going to show you about surfaces and how to look at objects and find out kind of how they're angled, all the surfaces on them. Someone was trying to figure out how to create rocks or like draw rocks, and they were using a lot of curves. And one thing I noticed about rocks is they're very angled. Wherever there's a change in angle, there should be given a sense as to a change in a surface connected to that angle. So if an edge gets bent like that, then it should kind of show something else happening to the space, to the surface next to that bending, right? And so one way you can see this is, for example, if I take this piece of paper and the light is coming from this side, so you should see a change in the value depending upon how the surface bends, right? So if I bend it like that, you see one side lighter than the other side, and depending on how drastic the bend is, the more drastic the change in value becomes, right? Rather than a gradual change for a less drastic bend, right? So you can see there, it's very drastic. And it also depends on how the surface, like which direction the surface is facing, if it reflects the light, see. So the more the face faces the light, the more it's going to capture the light and reflect it into your eyes. So as I turn this towards the light, it gets very bright, right? Whereas if it faces away from the light, it starts getting darker, right? And you kind of see that change there. So what's happening when it changes like that, right? It has to do with the way the surface angles towards you in relation to the angle of the light. Keep in mind the shape of the object that you're drawing, how it's angled in relation to the light, so that you can have a better sense as to what level of brightness or darkness to give it, because it's the change between light and dark that kind of give you a feeling of where it's at in relation to other things, right? You could tell that one side of this piece of paper is, different from the other side, and how can you tell that it has a difference between this end and this end? It's because you can feel something right here. Even when you put your hand on it and feel, you can feel that change occurring right here. You could even see it. So you gotta keep that in mind. Now there's cases where there may be a change there happening, but you might not see it as well, and that's because, in relation to the light, both angles are reflecting the light kind of equally in the same way into your perception, and that's alright. It's reality, but there might be something else attached to it that kind of gives you more information, and it's kind of, you have to kind of use everything that you see to kind of give you the whole picture of what's going on. You can't really rely on one thing to give sense to everything. You need more than one difference, right? Or characteristic. So you can kind of like bounce between things. So basically, I said that every change or every curve reveals a different surface, or a different surface value, or just a different value in general. Any type of curve does that, because describing a flexing of some sort of characteristic of space, and when that occurs, you're able to sense how it translates. Just as this green piece of paper is brighter than my shirt, it's why is that the case? Because it reflects light differently, and it's a different color. So those are just a few thoughts that I have about drawing rocks. Didn't really draw any rocks, but I kind of explained certain observations you can have in order to understand the dimension forms of objects, the surfaces, and if you understand how the surfaces work together, you can kind of translate that into a picture and kind of draw whatever you want, I guess. So if you have any questions as to how to draw anything, or anything that I may have explained here, or just any questions in general, I can try and answer them. So, my name is Alexander White. Thanks for watching.